Now, we tend to feature a lot of new restaurants here on the Phantom Gourmet, but retro dining is definitely in these days. So today, Dave Andelman is here with a list of your favorite old school restaurants. So let's start with that. What is an old school place to you?
Look, I'm old school. I like to watch boxing and drink beers with country music on in the background. And I like restaurants that have been doing the same thing in the same room like for decades. There's something very soothing to my soul about that.
You're right, and it's hard to kind of manufacture that, you know what I mean? Let's go to the real deal, okay? This place is called Manne's Bakery. It's in Revere, which is your home away from home, or actually your home. So what do you like about this old school Italian bakery?
Revere, an old school town, and this is an old school bakery, been around since the 1940s. A lot of bakeries, you're dealing with a second or third generation. I think you have to grow up around it and have it in your blood, Danny. Everything here is fresh every day, from the breads to the cookies, an amazing creamy ricotta pie, the crispy lobster tail pastries. But I recommend the subs here. These are huge sandwiches on crusty, fresh-baked bread. They've got the classics like chicken parmesan, meatball, Italian cold cuts, or their amazing steak and cheese on a braided fresh roll.
Oh, man, there's nothing better than a braided roll. I love that. Now, let's talk about speakeasies, okay? In the 20s and 30s, speakeasies, that was like prime time, you know what I mean? That was the thing. You don't need them anymore, and yet speakeasies are now the old school kind of restaurant everyone wants to go to. And the first one really in Boston was this place, Lucky's Lounge, down in Fort Point, and it's still a great place.
I mean, they don't even have a sign.
Right.
It's like you feel cool just to find this place, you know? And they really kick it old school, a Rat Pack kind of vibe, 1950s Las Vegas. Love their Sinatra Sunday brunch. They have fish tacos and really good skirt steak. I recommend the mini burgers. Usually I don't really like mini burgers because they get dried out, but these are nice and juicy and delicious with caramelized onion, cheddar cheese, a special sauce, and some pickles.
Now, speaking of old school, this is a place where the name of the restaurant is Old School Pizza, and it really is kind of truth in advertising. It's in Wellesley.
Well, it's what I call new school, old school.
Okay.
They built it recently, but they built it to be old school.
So it's kind of medium school.
Yeah, it's your neighborhood pizza shop, Danny. And I love to watch guys really doing things the old way, stretching the dough by hand, slow simmering the sauce. I mean, they've got cheese and pepperoni or a tomato pie with no cheese. I think you should get the old school meat cheat.
Yeah.
This has hand-cut pepperoni, homemade sausage, and meatballs. This pizza is so heavy. I think when you get it, you got to go with a Sicilian-style crust, just so it can stand up to those toppings.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite pizza shops, without a doubt. Now, your last classic old-school restaurant you want to recommend is in downtown Boston. It's called the Marliave, and talk about a place that's been there, like, forever. This is a legendary spot.
Yeah, one of my hangouts. Love to go there on a cold night. Been around since, I think, 1885. They have the list of old Boston cocktails right on the menu with that classic glassware. When they bring out your food, it comes out of the silver tray. It's so dramatic. And I love their nostalgic cuisine, the steak frites, the pan-roasted chicken, the raw bar. But try the rare bits. This has melted cheese, Vermont bacon, and beer, served with garlic toast for dipping. Have that with a giant glass of red wine, Danny. That is old school dining.
There he is, a man with an old soul, and he is just plain old. My older brother. All right.
Come on now.
All right.